Grand Rising Soul Survivors. It's your sister from another Mr. Lovely Fly Shy back with another video. So I just woke my game up not too long ago, and I just finished with a reading, and then I was like, you know what, let me get on here and share a message in regards to the shift that is happening. And I would like to know if you feel, you know, any of these changes, swift changes that is, that are taking place in the atmosphere, and also that are taking place within us. You see, one aspect of this journey that I now see to be completely true is the fact that we are really, really multidimensional. We are really, really ever-changing. And our capabilities are really limitless. You know, the possibilities that lie upon us and await us, if only we can tap into that energy of, and adopt that energy of what it is and who it is inside, and the powers that we possess inside. You know, we need to start moving from a place of power, a place of sovereignty. You know, like just embody a spirit of endearment, but at the same time, I believe it is important to exude that spirit of empowerment, in a sense, because, you know, this isn't an easy journey. You know, all of the work that takes place and all of the necessary sacrifices that we have to make in terms of separating ourselves from those who are not on the same wavelength as us, you know, separating ourselves from past and outdated behaviors, addictions, just anything negative and toxic, dysfunctional even, that does not serve us, okay? So in terms of this planetary shift that has taken place, so to speak, all I can tell you all is I feel as though I'm in the birthing position. Hear me out, I'm going somewhere. But you know how women have been birthing babies, just a quick sidebar, but you know how women have been birthing babies all this time in westernized civilizations. You know, we go to the hospital, we lay on our backs, and, you know, we were just pushing, you know, pushing with all our might, trying to get this big-headed baby out, you know. But check this out. That is unnatural, right? We are supposed to actually sit up on our knees and, like, kind of in a sense, like, I'm definitely not going to do it, but and in a sense, you're squatting in a way, and like you're just on your knees, like, just kind of picture it, you guys. But yeah, so anywho, I say all that to say that I feel like a lot of the things that were unnatural to me, that were unnatural for my life, is now being replaced with a more holistic standpoint. For example, like, out of nowhere, now my palate is changing. Now I'm craving, you know, more sustainable, organic, non-GMO, fair trade foods. I'm opting for foods that are going to bring me energy, foods that are going to sustain me, you know, and give me all of the nutrients that I need. You know, so I've been adopting this. I've been drinking a lot of tea. I noticed that anytime a negative thought pops up into my head, I notice that I'm able to ground myself. I'm able to breathe through it, as opposed to who I once was and how I handled that before. You know, I handled that in ways that were unhealthy. You know, I was quick to do things in excess, to numb whatever uncomfortable sensation, emotion, or feeling that came upon me. But now I just have a better and grander understanding. And now I am able to realign and reject any thoughts, you know, out of my auric field, out of my energetic field. And I know a lot of you have been feeling, you know, that same way, like you have just found this inner courage and this inner wisdom within yourself that, you know, there's really nothing outside of you that can assist you. You know, of course, we're divinely protected and guided, you know, by the Most High God, spirit guides, angels, etc. But you see, more often than not, we look outside of ourselves. We're always looking, okay, maybe this person can help me, you know, and maybe that person can help me. But the reality is we are responsible for helping ourselves. I hope I'm being clear. Now, I don't mean that, you know, you can't accept or receive help. That's not the problem. But in order to elevate in this journey and in order to continuously better yourself and grow, it's important to know that, you know, you can save yourself. You are powerful in your own right, in your God right, in your God-like self to heal from the inside out. And once you do that, then the world around you changes. Then your perception changes, your mindset changes. And the things that you focus on are strictly aligned with your greater good and overall advancement and continued spiritual enlightenment, okay? But I definitely feel like a total rebirth is taking place. I kind of envision symbolically or spiritually, so to speak, just, you know, a feminine energy, myself, divine feminine energy, just in the natural birthing position, the birthing stance that was once natural to, you know, like our foremothers and such. But I can just envision just birthing like something new, and that something new is me. It's like I'm birthing me. I know this probably like sounds crazy to some of you, but you really have to hear me out, okay? It's like my higher self and who I am in this present moment are integrating, if that makes sense. And the entire process is going to cause an anomaly of some sort. And in the completion of the process, I will be rebirthed and transformed into something and someone new, you know? And I feel it, you all. I see it. And I see it every day. Like, there's something new about me every single day. And I'm going to be honest, it makes me feel nervous. Like, it makes me feel some type of way. I'm like, okay, like, all right. But I know that I am powerful. I know that I am divine. I know that I am chosen by the Most High God to fulfill a very important purpose, a very important mission. And I look forward to giving back to the world in a multitude of ways. Through my knowledge and wisdom that I've attained, through my experiences that I did not allow to determine my future, to determine my grand outcome, you know. And it's important that you all learn to adopt, I'm not saying adopt my mindset, but just adopt the mindset of empowerment, you know, feeling powerful at your core in its entirety, just as you are, just as is, you know. And learning to surrender, you know, surrender to the Most High, you know, surrender to the divine. Don't allow any external forces, any negative forces to stop you. You know, don't be a deer, you know, caught in the headlights, or whatever that saying is. You guys know what I mean. But seriously, you know, this shift is happening and it feels so good. Like, I don't know, right? Like, for some reason, I'm feeling like a little nervous. Like, I don't know, like my energy is so high right now. It's scaring the crap out of me. Like, I'm like in this nervous energy, but it could also be that coffee. I got some Colombian coffee over there, and that stuff be having me jittery, y'all, jittery. But, There is a shift happening, needless to say, and to say the absolute least. And this is what you all can expect. You can just expect upgrades in terms of your mental clarity, your intuition. You know, you are discovering many gifts that you didn't even know that you had. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, this journey is really, it's never ending. Like, it just goes on and on. And like, when you really think you hit the tip of the iceberg, then there's like something else you learn. Then there's something else you discover. And then you're just like, oh my gosh, like, whoa, you know? So I don't know if you all can feel my excitement, but this is a very, very exciting journey. Like, all it takes is going within and, you know, reconnecting with that source, you know, the most high God of all things, reconnecting with the divine source, you know, rebuilding yourself from the inside out, you know, reprogramming, trashing outdated paradigms, outdated belief systems, learning to believe in yourself, to have courage and confidence, learning to love yourself. Like, I love myself so much. Every time I see myself, like when I look in the mirror, I'm like, you are so beautiful, girl. Like, girl. and this does not come from a cocky standpoint, because I think I mentioned this in one of my previous videos a couple months back or so. But I was saying how I struggled with complimenting myself. And I struggled at one point with receiving compliments, because I thought it was, because I'm a Leo, number one, and people always think we just want attention and we're just cocky and we're egotistical and all this negative rat race stuff, right? And it's like, no, I'm like, no, that's not me. You have me mistaken, you know? So that's where the thin line comes with astrology. Like, you have to take it with a grain of salt, not literally or fictively, but just take it with a grain of salt. But anywho, so I used to struggle with complimenting myself. I used to struggle with saying that I was like proud of myself. I would struggle about uplifting myself, because I would feel guilty. Like, I would feel like, oh, if I exude my confidence, or if I show how powerful I really am, or if I come off this way, and if I just really just walk in my authenticity, then it's going to offend some people. I used to really walk around here on eggshells, y'all. I would watch what I would say around people. I would dumb myself down around people. I would try to adopt behaviors, or even I wore a mask before, to try to call myself fitting in with the 3D nonsense, to fit in with the agents of this matrix, knowing darn well, you know, they were simply lessons, you know? Some were simply a mirror for me.